Thank you very much.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Happy to see all the teachers who are enthusiastic to acquire the new technologies, new methodologies, new knowledge, and to implement it to the next generation. We have huge responsibility. Anyway, then, shall I discuss about points or shall I go in the presentation? Presentation may take my own time only. You cannot have. Otherwise, we will have some discussion only. Otherwise, any doubts are there. I think MSc, all of you, I think I have gone in MSc. But the orientation lecture, they attended MSc orientation lecture. The principal's orientation was there, MSc. MSc, principal's orientation we arranged. The staff attended? Yes. Staff attended. Okay. Then MSc, all of you will have it, and the syllabus has come now. And then, otherwise I have to see whether only the MSc highlights I can give you. Or I will brief it for you MSc highlights. As I already told, one is Ashtanga Ayurveda was defined. Because again, there's a question of questions are there in that one, where the new things has come. For example, Prasuti Sinoga is not there anywhere in India. How it has come? The Swasthorita is not there in that one. Ashtanga Ayurvedas. So that is the reason we have to define it, and main purpose is the same as microbiology. So there is long time I was thinking that when microbiology we have left, this question is there. So we thought we define that one. And that is the reason we define Ashtanga Ayurveda. And also we taken the 40 subject, departments of it has come. So that is the main purpose of that one. Then major changes comes in the electives. The main part, electives. Electives, you need not do anything electives, totally done by some other organizations. We are bringing the LMS, Learning Management System, we are bringing out. We have MOU with some other organization and they are developing that one. And then only the colleges will upload the student data to the LMS, and then where they are going to send the credentials to data to the students only. The student will receive as a SMS and email, will receive that one, their login credentials. And the student has to register there, and then their lesson starts. What are the options the student can choose? A set A, set B, set C are there. A, B, C sets are there. Because the purpose is to add the marks to the subjects. Otherwise, which three, if the suppose student to taken 2 only, then but 2 subjects we have to add the marks. The problem comes here. Or one subject the student has not passed up, the elective, something happened there. Then which subject we have to less the marks. So that problem comes. Then we made A, B, C, 3 sets are there. A set to go to Karta Vijnana, B set to go to Sanskrit, like we have made the clarity in that. That is the reason there. Then we set A1, set B1, set C1. This is the minimum. And the student, if interested, they can choose 5, 6, 10 as well. There is no limit in that one. We have open. Because here, many times what happens, we bring them to all. The advanced learners, learners to one category. At the end of the course, we have examination to them. The advanced learners will have sufficient time, they have talent, they have the efficiency also, but we don't allow them to, or there is no provision for them to go to the advanced learner. Whereas the electives makes the provision for them, the advanced learners. The slow learners will have only 3. Advanced learners can have 5, 6 or 7 or as per their capacity, they can learn more and more. That is the way provision was given there. But marks will be for only for 3 subjects. So these electives will be out of the Ayurveda subjects. We are Ayurveda learning anyway. Apart from this Ayurveda, other subjects, as I told, to bring the other allied sciences or the basic sciences to bring to the in line with the Ayurveda. So we are taking the electives up there. So there is the one major initiative taken by us. Then SMBSTD. Then assessment methods. So also we have defined which content, what type of assessment methods. They are defined in the syllabus also, syllabus curriculum has been defined. Because many times we will be considered the teaching. But when come to assessment, we will hardly fail. We question paper building, when we make the question paper also, we never thought of like which content to be given or what type of question to be given, what exactly we want to test them. Because we don't have objectivity. And practicals, okay, spartans are there. Something they'll keep. For example, Panchakarma, they use Dara Yantra or Upasti Yantra, they'll keep that one. We may give for MD level as well. You imagine a MD student, a postgraduate, an expert in the subject. He is going to write about a Silodhara Yantra, that is also a vessel. But just like vessel, always keep their vessel, you write Silodhara Yantra. It's only meaningless to MD level expectations. Likewise, or even Russia's mathematical also. We keep the Khalwa, we keep the Khalwa there, something else keep there. Or Kriya hemoglobin tube, ESR tube, something. We don't have objectivity, there is no clarity there, what is supposed to be learned. So we need to think a lot in the assessment methods also, not only teaching. So that is the most important part actually. And Viva, then when we come to Viva, it is the first student is the opening batsman. You are bombarded with all. Last students is totally whatever you know, it will go. Is the common, every one of you will experience the same thing. You will exhaust with the questions. You don't have questions. Our topics over, questions over, everything is over. Then you ask the student, whatever best you know, tell and go. This is what happening there. So there is a lot of injustice. At the one side, if you sit and review your examination pattern, we see. So we are doing an injustice to the students. That topic, how we have done which area are objectivity. What was the exact objectivity of the subject to talk? Kriya. Why we are teaching Kriya? At the end of Kriya subject, what we are expecting them to learn. So that are you assessing or not? Simply anything you question, some marks are given there. So we need to think a lot how we have to frame a theory question paper and how we have to frame a practical question paper, how we conduct the practical. We have to think a lot. Otherwise, it will be injustice. As I told, something will be given very difficult one, some will be given very easy one answer. So examination pattern, we have to bring a lot. Then only we can do Viva also. Viva question papers. I don't know. Viva, we can structured Viva. It's called structured Viva. Viva sheets are prepared. So the free time, people can develop those things all. Structured Viva means, for example, in the maybe Samhita, you take Samhita. So this talk recitation, first point. Second point will be Tantra Yukti. So third will be maybe Sandhi. Another one will be likewise. Likewise, we have one list will be there. 10 questions you want, 10 aspects will be there. So you are going to make for every day the same pattern of this ones. Or 10 or 15 Viva sheets will be prepared. Each one will have, first question will be always this sloka only. Second will be a Sandhi only. Third will be a Tantra Yukti only. Fourth will be Vada Marga. Likewise will be there. Different. But the same one, the components are same. Likewise we have to prepare. So question paper pattern or components we have to prepare it. Then accordingly we have to prepare set of Viva sheets for one day, second day, third day. They should be different again. Some you can mix it up. Today you have prepared 10. In that 3-4 can be taken up, something new added for second day. Again from 3-4 can be taken up, third day can be added, some more things. Likewise if you prepare it, there will be a uniformity. Student will select any one. There is no bias in that one. 10 papers are there, Viva sheets. Students select one. And but they get uniformity. Because for every student there is the first is the sloka, second is the Padamarga, third is something else. So there is a uniformity in that one. You are testing. So the student also there is no bias in that one. So this is the way we have to think of every day. What we are supposed to identify in the quality in them. So likewise we need to think a lot in the examinations actually. Examinations are not very casual things. You should so a lot of exercise has to be done in the examinations. Meanwhile I want to know how many of you undergone MBT or medical education technology trainings. MBT trainings. How many of you are going on? All are gone. Then you have been taught the assessment methods or how to assess the examinations. How many of you prepared your departments for examination methods to conduct it? After coming back, you find your certificate or you done some work in the department. Increase your biodata, volume of biodata, or you have implemented those technology which have been learned, which have been taught by somebody, and then what you want. Anybody can give you example. I have done in the department, I have brought these changes. Any one of you? Suppose anatomy, what is the practical way of conduction in anatomy? Who is the anatomy department? Anatomy? What is the way of conduction of practical? How do you conduct the practical in your examination?
For images, sir, we have practical.
No, how you conduct, you tell me. You don't know the pattern. How you have you conducted any examination?
Yes, sir.
Practical, how you conduct, you tell me.
Spotting 20 marks.
Spotting what you have given?
We have given one bone, one joint, one organic blood supply, Srotas Vaishishta.
What the question was there?
Identify and write the Srotas Vaishishta.
No, what I can say now, what is the theory and practical difference here? Suppose I have given, write about humerus bone. We have kept a humerus bone there, write about humerus bone. So what is the between theory and practical?
specification like site determination.
But that is theory only, no? Theory only. You just see the bone, identification is only one there. There, humerus bone name was mentioned. Then here, humerus kept there without name. Right about the identify the bone right. So therefore we have to think what exactly what you want to test them. So we need to identify that one. But again we have to think of clinically whether this point is going to use for clinically or not. We have to think. You take another way only. So we just spend a lot of time on muscles or bones etc. Osteology is a very important topic for us and myology these ones. But when you think of BMS graduate gone to a clinical practice, what exactly is going to use this knowledge there? What is his requirement of knowledge there? Are we any other department, have you thought of that department? Or we will open the one arch comes here, palmar arch, this whole plantar arch, snuff box, these whole so things comes there. Whether what is the clinical application of these points in as a graduate level, when you go to rural practice and you practice that point, how much? He is going to become an orthopedist, he is going to become a physiotherapist? No. What is that? So we need to think a lot, what exactly they require. The clinical anatomy, what most are just abdomen, thorax, ENT, these are the only things maybe the clinical practice they want. Rest are maybe usually something else with there. But we spend more of a muscle, origin, insertion, so many things are there. You take a bone, for every point you give a name and going on asking that one, drawing that one, colors are etc. Insertion all. These are of no use when you think of clinical. So that's what we have to think everyone with the clinical point of view. We need to produce clinicians. No, I'm not insulting anything. Just give an example I'm giving there, how we have to think of. So that should be the thinking. Teachers have to think a lot. Whatever I'm thinking. Similar way, for example, Inauguration Shastra. So I have to tell, come to Jet to A teaching. So it is simple. So what we daily teach is, we take name of the drug, then synonyms, very elaborate description, why each synonym is there, what is the meaning of that one, some Sanskrit knowledge is more, then split it and give Utpatti, then something all, very elaborate that one, and which is a shrub or tree or this one, which height it grows, likewise we have huge description. When think of again practice point of view, what exactly a BMS graduate require? He require Ramayik Prayoga, where this drug can be administered. So we need to teach this first, and then that will be desirable to know it. What we do is, we make this as the most important one, and we leave the clinical application at the end. There is no much importance for clinical application. This is what, I am not insulting anyone, don't take it as personal things. Just examples I am giving, very common, what we have to think of as a teachers, what the things should be there. So they both the Adamc Ashta, we said they just a teach. First we give the clinical application of that drug, where Ashwagandha I can use, where Arjuna I can use, where he can use that one. That should be the first to be taught them. They should be thorough with that, they must know. Even if 50 drugs, they must know it. Either they know it, drug identification or not. Even they may not identify the Arjuna plant, but they know Arjuna to be given here. And even basic principles are many teachers, slokas. There's a big taboo in the slokas there. See, I am not against of Ayurveda. I am far Ayurvedic person only. I love Ayurveda, I want to bring a computer for Ayurveda. Whole life I am dedicated for Ayurveda. I am trying hard to bring Ayurveda. But don't think that when I say I am against of this ones, he is against of Ayurveda. Don't say that one. But why I am telling, the PUC background students, from the whole English medium they study, and coming to here, and we are dumping with the Sanskrit all these ones, over and above we are insisting on the slokas, and there are some people who are afraid of. And being a principal, I used to get phone calls from the parents and the students at the end of the exam, before examinations. My son don't want to sit in examination because he don't know slokas. Because slokas they won't pass. Why you want sloka for pass? Why you want? But the necessity of sloka for the passing. He knows that when to give Kaushada, there is pass. Arjuna to be given for Rudroga, BP or something else, he has to prescribe Arjuna, he should be passed. Then he tells Arjuna is a tree or something else, he give a first class. Then he tells something else, he gives what is the name of that one, no distinction. But for passing marks, I don't want sloka. You want a prescription that drug clinical practitioner, or you want a pandit. Other meeting I told, we don't want parrots. We want the clinicians who can recite a sloka. For example, the Sannipada Jora, 13 nice slokas are there. Chanakshinadah, something else. We also by heart very long way without knowing that one. But there is no, nobody told us also what is essential. We going by hearting. Waste of time also. If somebody can by heart is okay, they will learn to go. Somebody cannot by heart it, by forcing them to by heart. Why you want by heart? Please change your mindset. Encourage them to by heart slokas. Encourage, don't insist, don't threaten them to by heart. I always say encourage them. Because once they by heart, they don't forget. So that you can show the examples. But on passing subjects, don't ask sloka at all. Clinical application ask. So likewise, basically people have to change a lot. Now we have brought out this Tantra Yukti is there. As a practical application we brought that. Because always I used to hear many Samhita teachers when they give lectures, without Tantra Yuktis, Samhita cannot be understood. They are going on telling. But then why will not come in the syllabus? Then we brought now into the syllabus Tantra Yuktis. There are a few are in the first year, then some in second year, third year, all will be completed by the end of the graduation. All the things will be completed. Then will be having some knowledge. That way we brought. Even example Sanskrit also. We brought the Samhita to Sanskrit we kept together. Then another one coming to teaching schedules. Now we all of you know that one. There is a non-lecture hours in there. First time we use a non-lecture hours. There is activity-based learning. As I told, we have reversed that one. 1 hour you teach, 2 hours should be activity. Then experiential learning. That is most important there. How I got also know, when a small experiment I did in Belgaum when I was there, we did the examination. For example, reflexes are there. So we generally what we do, we go to the ward, some patients we take them and we will take those patients have a reflexes exaggerated. We show that one, this knee jerk it comes there and we demonstrate and go in. But we fail to show all variations in that one. What is the brisk reflex is there? What is the low reflex is there? How we don't show it. We show only one type of these ones are there. So what I did is, I don't take the patient at all. We show a video how different these are there. And let them practice on vice versa students. We made them, they just like all students are sitting in the classroom going and doing that one. Likewise some activities we made. Here I went to the class to see how they're going on. Not even a single student identified me as a principal came to there and standing behind. They are such immersed in the practicing. Few minutes after that somebody saw, sir has come, then everybody got up. So that made me to understand we need to go over more of activity-based learning, not a theory class. So then onwards in Belgaum, I converted more into the activity-based learning. Another one, teaching the timetables. We all have the comfortability. The first year before it starts, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, some subjects are there, teacher names are there, fixed. We freeze on the timetable and we give that one. This is called teacher-centric timetable. For our comfort, we prepare a timetable. When I am free, we can put it down. When I OPD, my OPD, this one, there. And then everybody divide the syllabus. Anatomy, paper 1, part A, myself. Paper part B, another teacher. Paper 2, some other teacher. If 4 teachers are there, 4 parts they made it and they start 4 topics. At the end of first week, anatomy 4 topics started. Physiology 4 topics started. Samhita 3-4 topics started. So how many periods are there? Those many topics started talking to the students. Can you imagine what a student condition? How they can comprehend all those ones? Very difficult for them. So then we have to bring integrated module. And again there, theory different, dissection separate. Theory they take something else, there may be embryology. Here they go for muscle or soul anatomy something, one group of soul anatomy, one group hand anatomy. So there is no link between what we teach theory, what we practical. And in Kriya, they have practical assessment, and then here something else will be there in the theory class. Likewise, totally disfigured teaching will be there. So we need to bring that one to the integration. We have to sit together, anatomy, physiology, sit together. If you start respiratory system, start both the respiratory system, same system. Anatomy, dissection is the same thing, dissection. You teach upper respiratory anatomy, dissection the same thing. And they tell about voice production or saliva, something else, concept to the same thing, Kriya. It will be parallel. For students, hold together, whole respiratory system started there. They can have a sequence, it goes a sequence. What you teach in theory, same we show in the practical. What show the practical, theory should be told. So this arrangement is required. For that, our timetable is not sufficient, we are not going to fit into that one. We need to prepare timetable, every time different timetable. It's called dynamic timetable, a student-centric timetable. We have to bring that one. Otherwise, this timetable will not accommodate whatever we have given the 1:2 ratio. Non-lecture hours not possible at all to do it. And what we have divided A batch go to anatomy, B batch go to Kriya. It's not good. We have to get the whole batch to be taken by the only one department. Then only you can uniformly can teach it. or else you can have the share, but again immediately they have to come back to the reverse. Otherwise, 1 week will be given something else, second week some other program, some class cancelled, they are lagging behind the topic. It will not go parallelly. So we should complete the class this one. Then only whatever I have given, internal aspect at the end of this module can be possible there. So you have to take respiratory system. It may go for 10 days, 15 days, anatomically both together. They run together. At the end of the respiratory system, we go for internal assessment there. Concept the system only, that much only we have to do there. Likewise, we need to think of across departments, then we have to prepare timetable as the subject only, not for as per your convenience. The teachers may have difficulty there because they are comfortable in respiratory system, only one teacher is very comfortable with that one. Here, ready-made notes, ready-made PPT, everything is there. But here, students' difficulty is there. Now what I told is, the students in timetable, which teachers have difficulty, but what department has to do is, they have to prepare standard PPTs. That you call lesson planning, we have to have. Then there is no problem at all. So I don't want your theories to come into class. We want Charaka theory, Sushruta theory, Bhagavata theory, not your theory. So we are teaching Ayurveda. There is no, in the PG level, we can give diversified thinking somewhere. But usual level, we have to give one opinion, common opinion we have to give. When I did this one in the Belgaum, integrated teaching, implemented the first year, I implemented that one. The teacher was very nice, but teachers very difficult was there. And first year over, the male teachers came to me and told, sir, we don't want this one because students are, they telling the discomfort is there, they do not even have continuity, our teacher is changing that one, he is not matching that one. And then I told, I just wanted to know actually, then I called students. I told you, coordinator, you identify two topper, middle, lower, two students are instantly, let me talk to them. All students give opinion, the models are very good, excellent. Syllabus coming within time. In general, our syllabus will never be completed. It is going on because we don't have proper planning. Whole year planning will not be there. When you get a module, the syllabus will be completed exactly because you know how many hours to be given, how many going to complete it, etc. Again, you are modifying hours. You can take care of the hours also. So that way, it will be very, very helpful. Student told, only problem comes, teachers are not preparing it coming to class. Here, because schedules are announced before, the students will go to some students are ready to read out and come to class. The question is, teacher has to go beyond them. So they have to study well. So we teachers don't want that one. Then student told them. I told I can call the departments. I told you are nothing doing, it has to be implemented. Students are more comfortable, you go for more efficient preparation all these ones. We have succeeded in bringing up to the final year. Everything will be before 1 month will be announced, schedule will be announced there. Which part topic, which teacher, where we will take, whatever things are. Everything will be freezed there before 1 month which is we announce that much. Up to final year we go. It will not be changed actually. Really hardly some, just now for example I came now. It is not expected in the 1 month before time we are preparing. So some modification will happen. Rather we give buffer period. We have to give buffer period. Maybe Saturday or somewhere else. So it will be adjusted and next schedule will be taken up. So likewise we can prepare a teacher-centric, student-centric timetable. That will be very, very efficient. Students can have a good practice actually. Good comprehension can be done that way. So anyway, these are the few of the suggestions. If you have any other questions, I am going and talking anyway. They are going to be interacting. Anybody else wanted to have any other questions?
In the syllabus, MBA syllabus, Ayurvedic formulation, study of Ayurvedic formulation, Kalpa Abhyas is given in the second term. Right now we are planning to start it right from the first day of second year student. So that clinical aspect of the formulations we can tell them very easily in the initial parts.
I generally see many colleges, many colleges there also, they give more preparation part, how to prepare the medicine. I said preparation part may go to the PG level, they are expert, they are going to do that one. Here, they must know the ingredients and their indications. They had to by heart at that one. That I can say, you can make them by heart. What are the ingredients of RRV, the ingredients of maybe BBC or gold, whatever things are there. Those, let them by heart it. They must know their indications, what is the indication. There we have discussion. All Mata Vyadi is there. If they all others not, won't work it out. Where going to work it out? So that discussion is required. Then only they have specificity there. Preparation part, for example, one you can show it and leave it also. I don't mind not much the preparation part because they are going to everyone are going to prepare manufacturing. So we can bring out courses. And we thought of actually very long back I wrote for pharmacy courses, B Pharma and Ayurveda courses. But there is again regulatory problems are there. Now we wrote a ministry that NCSM can take it up the course or not. Our mandate is only for medical courses are there. And we wrote to pharmacy council. And then pharmacy council rejected. We can't do it. Ayurveda we are only for allopathy. And then with taking those examples, then we wrote a ministry. You allow us to, or asking legally whether allowed or not. Then we may start B Pharma and Pharma. Then whole preparation we have by I don't want the UG level preparation part. Totally yogas and the indications. That what is required of BMS graduates. Why they want to know all the preparations are. Some knowledge is sufficient. What however means what, too much, that much. They are not preparing. But there's pharmacy people get it prepared. They are the experts there. They are putting chance over there, they are doing the OT. Why you want OT? This is a wrong thing. What is meant for operations? This should be biological preparation. Pathya preparation is wrongly given to Swastha Vrutta. Why give Pathya preparation? Because biological is not there. It's not there. There's something wrong thing happened actually. We are all practicing like this thinking.
Actually, when I was in 97-2000, BPharm course was there. Or I know the BPharm.
Still is there. But now what is happening? There is no legality for it. The private sector, they are getting absorbed. Private sector is no problem based on they are absorbing. But the government is not very legally approved. So any university can have a new course. There is nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to the registration, practice, etc., the problem comes. Now, NIMHANS in Bangalore, they are starting MD Manuscripts. Now, if they don't apply to us and we don't recognize, they don't get registration. They become degree. They have authority to give degree. Being an instruction important, they have freedom to give a degree. They can start a course, they can give a degree. But the degree registration, when you go to the Maharashtra, the council, they go there, they will not have the list of any NIMHANS. They won't give you registration. For that, they have to come to us and we have to approve them. So these are the legal hitches comes there a little bit. Then we have to work out on those ones. Anybody else or any other things? Yes, last.
Sir, our syllabus include the postmortem visits in Agastandra department. Hello. Sir, our syllabus includes the postmortem visits in Agastandra department. So many of the institutes are not giving the permissions for that visits.
That we have to see because the local issues are there. There are some issues are getting the issue.
They are asking for the legal documents, sir.
Even the legal document can be provided when there is the act. It is there. The act or the regulation is come there. Regulation. There is no should it become a gadget? No. MSc is a gadget. It's Rajapatra. Nobody can deny also that. Now even for the certificates for the RTA, etc., medical degrees. We very strongly wrote to Canada, West Bengal. You could have seen the letter cells. Very strong was written with them. So we are doing that work on, and this is a local issues are there. We have to when we bring out that next gadget, it may included that one that there. And again, anatomy for example, Gujarat, they won't get directly. They have to get through medical college. No Ayurvedic college can get directly medical body. They have to get through medical college. So these are local acts are there. And this we can't supersede, overpower everything that the one gadget goes. Again, how the local people interpret and how they play, that makes some difference. Anyway, we will be working on that one.
Please guide us for the research papers.
The research projects, you want government funding or
Sir, actually we lack our MAC A grade because of our research.
as I already shared with you the ideas. So what you can do is your institute and maybe some few people can sit together with the principal and then you can identify who the core researchers in your college, the faculty, the core researchers, and then what is their expertise area. And within your availability, again, what is the availability? Within that areas you try to do. And don't worry, clinical studies are not much use actually. We all have the experimental newer things. Now startup companies very budging world now. And you can have these as any modifications. Yesterday I have seen lot of cookies they prepared it, chocolates they prepared it, then laddus they prepared it. Well, Rajanya they showed us somebody made a laddu, very sweet. Likewise, the many things are brought out. So likewise, those things also very efficient. Because you have engineering college also there, so we can work it out with the technology development, software development can be done now. Otherwise, with the institutional funding, identify good area, which are, as I told, who are the faculty members who are having the thirst of research, not by biodata, not by anything else, seniority. It should be by the research attitude. The person has research attitude and have publication mentality, those should be picked up. Otherwise, you give money everything and they say they will spend the money and teach but no report comes, no publication happens there. You are waste. So such people who are research attitude idea should be there. Just identify them. You will know it now, one will start. So give funding for them, maybe even 50,000, 7,000, they will give them. So that will be, we can do 6 months, we can develop some basic data. With that, we have to apply with the funding agency. And we have to align with your agencies also. CCRS website you have to see. ICM website you have to see. What are their trust areas? You should align with that. Otherwise, they don't give it. It is not our trust area this is. Even DBT also there. Funds are there. We have to apply for that one with the appropriate these ones. In fact, Ayush also have a lot of funds, but most of the times we are taken by non-Ayurvedic people. Because the same problem. We are not talking only, we don't have publications, or we don't have the base work done, pilot work done. They have laboratory in their hands, they have something else publication in their hands, they have high-end equipment they have, and they easily get the funding. Our money, they are taking that money. So that's because of the same thing only. So we need to develop a laboratories also, and the publication part also. Therefore, one identify the core area. And there we got to spend money, and then develop them. Then only you will get the funding agency. Otherwise, funding agencies will not be giving. Funding agencies is difficult to get funding agencies.
What should be a basic difference between PG research and PhD research?
PG research is a training to do research. It's a training only. It's a partial fulfillment of the degree of award of degree. But we made as a major one. It's a dissertation, not a thesis actually. It is a dissertation. That means they are part of training. How to plan research, how to conduct research, how to report the research. It's a training only. Whereas PhD is a real research. It is a research degree only. There is no other course for them. They have to do the research, they have different study, and they have to get the degree. It is a research degree. Whereas it is an academic degree here. There is a course curriculum for PG. And part of that is only this one, dissertation. It is a part of training. It is part of training. That is an actual research.
Most of the time students think that in PG research they should sample size should be 60 or like that, and in PhD research it should be 100 only. That is the student thinks.
But our most of the times our PhD is not so good actually. Very, very poor actually. So we have to have interdisciplinary committees. Then we can invite other people also. Then really insights comes there. So when I am sitting in the university, we have medical, dental, pharmacy, all related comes there. Then really there is a marathon of discussions happens there. Then really sometimes you may be annoyed. So we have ego, that will be there. Then really when discussion comes here at the end of that one we see there is a lot of change comes. Inputs come. Very welcome suggestions, critical analysis. That's very good actually. Then you will get refinement will be there. It's very good. And we have to think of translation research. The PG, there you have PG also. And whenever, either in Belgaum, I could able to say that now production we have, I developed now Pitchakasti into annual suppository. It is actually commercially viable. Huge commercial value for it. Just I told the student to go for the startup company, and that can be made into a startup company, production can be done. And a huge application of that one. Pitchakasti into annual suppository. Another interesting is there, we made a Ayurvedic condom. So condoms are very, very huge usage there. And then one of the students, he wanted to work on the premature ejaculation or early ejaculation. And he was searching out some of the dravyas. In my experience, the drugs will not work much actually. They have only certain area role is there, rest all by other activities are there. So I have, because I worked with Vajikana, I have huge experience of that one. And another student has did, Dr. Harathi, who is in Alda East too. He also worked on the same thing, which is Giris Tambaka Vati with Ifena also. We got Ifena from Gajamot, the laboratory, we got it. But it is a double band study. I don't want bias in that, make a double band study. But results are comparable that way, there is not much different thing. That way I was not interested in the drug selection. Then suddenly I got the idea, why can't we go for the Javitri gel into the condom instead of synthetic gel, Javitri gel. I got Ravikant export, he told me, yes, it can be prepared, gel can be developed. Then we want to have the two purposes, one is gel lubrication and the other is spermicidal. The two purposes for the gel. The spermicidal, the neem oil, this is well proven. So we have taken the neem oil, the spermicidal this one, and Javitri gel we have taken. So we refilled into the 8 condoms and it will be double band study, crossover study actually. Crossover, double band, crossover, total crossover. But it's the same, there is not much difference. But its advantage is there. One is the tagline of Ayurvedic condom. That is very appreciable, or vegetarian or Ayurvedic. The fragrance is so good fragrance, whereas the Javitri, very good fragrance. So this is the advantage there. Otherwise there is no negative aspect in that. Again, we have a huge market, we can imagine that. It can be developed. Then we had one, just like betadine, we brought Ayurvedic lotion for wound washing. We brought them. So these are all a translational research. How we plan is for every PG topics to be given, we call a meeting of all the HODs, all the departments required. Then we say, what is your requirement? Now, Kaushalya person wants some lotion. Then we tell the basic principles of the Rashastra people to prepare this year. That will be next year, we get a clicker study. Then we validate it. Likewise, we integrate the departments called horizontal integration. Then we work it out that way. Or these will prepare it, next year clicker study will be given to them. We already have prepared it, and then we say, clinical people evolve it and we will do it. Likewise, we integrate that. So we have meetings will be there. Likewise, we have to plan continuously. At the end of the maybe 3-4 years, we are able to bring a product to them. Likewise, we have got many things we brought in that. We have to bring it to usage. We brought it that way. Instrumentations. Around Adamc department we established. Around 18 instruments about ready. One became a startup company. Now that Vamana Yantra is going to be commercially available now that one. So it is already marketing, going on marketing that one. Became a startup company. So that is also a success story that one. Just all many things are coming in that one. Another one of Basti, Niruha Basti. We convert it to the instant. Just add water, remake it, give Basti. Niruha Bastis. But only one now, the Shumala Basti only we made it. Later on we have to make it to another one. There is no change in the composition of adding water. This is everybody in the OPD level they can practice. Basti, people cannot practice IPD level because it is very long. You make a decoction, mixing everything, it is a big tedious process. So we made it the readily administrable form. Very hot water, add hot water, wait for minutes, give it. That is also ready there. So that is another achievement, you can say that. Now another student working for that one, Basti, Niru Basti, standards. In the Panchkarma theatre means we have preparation room. The preparation room we prepare Basti. For preparing Basti we have tested whether they have good quality sample. Because decoction, we say one first reduction. But how many people prepare one first reduction, only God only knows. We depend on therapist, they will do therapist, and everybody comes basically 7 o'clock or 7:30 and 8 o'clock test is to be given. Then you can imagine the hurry preparation. What is the surety of that? So I want to have develop standards for that one, Basti, and able to test in the laboratory itself. There only, need not send to laboratory to test it because we have to give their standard. Just like a strip, how we can have pregnancy test will be there. Likewise, we have to develop some methodology how we can test the Basti whether it's standard or not. So that for that variations, one study is going on. These are game changer activities actually. A lot of changes bring to these ones, some studies. Likewise, we can think of a translational research that will be commercially viable also. We are commercially or technology transfer can be done. This can be think of. Softwares can develop. Softwares in the Rashastra we did, but they not able to complete that one. For example, there mana is one problem. Telling mana there, another mana is there. Another one is they are given for batch size fixed. They have what is the ratio given? That is called one batch size. Now with the commercial production you want 100 kilos. Then how to convert it? What are variations? I only see my for pharmacy. Every time everybody will come with a new formulation, new ratio. So previous one is wrong, this is correct. Another person comes, not this is wrong, this is correct. I'm not expert in that area, but we want to believe it. So I want to develop a software for that. You give the batch size, which name, it gives what to take. Even alternate, it gives alternate. That was my proposal. One of the thesis we give that one. So we did that one, but we are not able to complete the process and we will commercialize make it that one. So like that, these are all very, very helpful. Any other things? I think we can rid of. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Anyway, you are not taking my waiver actually. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Once again, the vote of thanks is, I have to give vote of thanks. In spite of your very busy schedule, you come over here and guide us, inaugurate our function, and give us a half an hour lecture also. Thank you very much, sir.